Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, fine. Thank you.
Doctor, do you want to check your slide presentation?
Pardon?
You want to check your slide presentations? I mean, slides.
Oh, okay. All right. I will share. Hold on. Zarul, I don't have the sharing window option here. I think I want to share window rather than PowerPoint, since I'm going to go practical, the PowerPoint and the Mendeley.
Okay, Doctor, I am making you host. I think then you can try.
But all right, okay. Not understand or that you have something to ask, right? And then since I have a problem sharing, screen sharing my laptop, so what I'm going to do is that first I will go through the PowerPoint slide first on the Mendeley, and then we are going straight away with the real Mendeley Reference Manager, hands-on, so that you can see. And I will be grateful if you guys can as well open your Mendeley Reference Manager alongside with this workshop. Then you can be clearly understand whatever I'm talking or I'm sharing, and it will be easier for you guys to ask questions as well while maneuvering your Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, so before I start, I would like to confirm, any of you in this room, have you guys download the new Mendeley Reference Manager yet? If not, I will start from there. Or if all of you guys have already downloaded and registered in Mendeley Reference Manager, I will straight away start with the Mendeley Reference Manager. So anybody, can you answer my question first? Any of you? Can I start with straight away with the Mendeley Reference Manager, or do I need to start from the scratch?
From the scratch, Doctor.
Okay, right. So if that is the case, then I will be sharing on the Google Chrome first. Okay. All right. Can you see this Google Chrome? Can you see? Okay. So for your information, as of 1st September 2022, Mendeley has only make the Mendeley Reference Manager available for you guys to download. Before this, we have two options. It's either you're going to download the Mendeley desktop or you're going to download the Mendeley Reference Manager. But as of 1st September, there is no more Mendeley desktop. You only have the option of using the Mendeley Reference Manager. But for all of you guys that have already been downloaded the Mendeley desktop, don't worry, you can still use the Mendeley desktop. All right. So today we are going to go with the new Mendeley Reference Manager. For your information, this new Mendeley Reference Manager is based on the cloud platform, in which you can access your data, your article everywhere using smart devices, right? So first step is we go to Mendeley page. Okay, along the way, you guys can go and do with me for those who has not yet downloading the new Mendeley. Okay. Okay, all right. So we have this mendeley.com.
Sorry, Doctor.
Yes.
If I already have Mendeley desktop, should I download Mendeley Reference Management?
Yes.
Okay.
It's good for you to have both the Mendeley desktop and Mendeley Reference Manager, right?
So upon starting up my laptop, I need to log into both Mendeley desktop as well as this one?
No, it's up to you. All right, it's up to you. It's whether it's, for example, you want to go with Mendeley desktop, then you can. But bear in mind, you have to register. You have to sign in for both the Mendeley desktop and Mendeley Reference Manager to be synchronized on whatever updated that you have done on both platforms.
So I shall use the same email address.
Yes, the same email address that you used to register with Mendeley desktop.
All right. Okay.
Yes, it cannot be synchronized. Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And then you can straight away go to this download Mendeley, right? And you can choose, it will automatically, or hold on, it will automatically download based on your platform. Okay, you will be brought forward to this page, Mendeley page. Okay, you can go and either you choose from here to download. Hold on. From here to download, and it will automatically bring you to the download page. All right. So this one, since I'm using Mac OS, so it is automatically selected the Mac OS, the operation system. So you guys will be automatically redirected to whatever operating system that you are using right now. Okay, so just go on and with the download. This one is for Windows if you're using the window. And please make sure if you guys haven't been in this Mendeley, any form of Mendeley desktop or Mendeley reference manager, please sign in first. Okay, please sign in first. This is very important. Okay, can I move forward? All right, after you have download, what you should do is okay. All right, you have to as well download the Mendeley site. Can you see the sharing? Can you see, Zoro? Can you see the sharing?
We can see only Mendeley.
Yeah.
We can see.
See, all right. You go to tools, under tools, and you have to first download the Mendeley site. There is difference between Mendeley desktop and Mendeley site. Okay, Mendeley desktop is Microsoft Word citation. For Mendeley desktop is a plug-in system in which it is a plugin with the Microsoft Words. Meanwhile, the Microsoft Word, the Mendeley citation or Mendeley site for the Mendeley reference manager is the add-in system. Okay, that is the difference. You are going to have difficulty in a way that if you are not using the Microsoft Word, the original or the registered Microsoft Words, that's going to be your problem, because it will automatically detect whether your Microsoft is registered version or not. Meaning to say that you cannot use the correct version or whatsoever of your Mendeley of your Microsoft Word. Okay, am I clear up of this point? Okay, if for example your Mendeley, your Microsoft is not the registered form in a way that you are not using the original form or the correct form, other than correct form, what you can do is that you can buy the license. Okay, the license, that's the word. All right, you can buy the license from Shopee, no problem. Okay, and you will log in your Microsoft Word using that Microsoft Word account, that license that you buy from Shopee. So no problem. I've tried that one. It's okay and it's working. But it is a must for you guys to have the Mendeley, the Microsoft, the license, the registered account of Microsoft Word to work with Mendeley reference manager citation, Mendeley site. And then you have to install this Mendeley site. So what you're going to see is, okay, hold on. I need to reshare again. All right, so this is the Microsoft Word. Can all of you guys see the Microsoft Word I'm sharing? Okay. All right, so for Mendeley Reference Manager, where you will see your Mendeley site is here. The bright red color. This is the Mendeley site that you are going to use with the Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, for those who have Mendeley desktop, these are the citation. These are the citation to be used with Mendeley desktop. Notice the difference of the color. This one is bright red color, and this one is maroon color. So since I have both my Mendeley desktop and Mendeley reference manager in my computer, so I have two options, whether I'm going to go with Mendeley desktop or I'm going to go with Mendeley reference manager. Bear in mind, if you are using Mendeley reference manager, you have to use this one for your in-text citation. Okay. If you are using Mendeley desktop, you opening the Mendeley desktop, you have to use this option for your in-text citation, doing bibliography whatsoever. All right. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Madam,
Yes.
Pardon?
can you repeat again because I lost my internet connection just now.
All right. Okay. In my case, I have two Mendeley in my desktop. First is Mendeley desktop, and second is Mendeley reference manager. As I mentioned just now, as of 1st September, there is no more Mendeley desktop to be downloaded. Okay, your option is Mendeley reference manager. But for you guys who already have Mendeley desktop in your computer, and you will download another Mendeley reference manager, which I would recommend it for you guys, strongly recommend it for you guys to download this new version. So you have two options, all right? If you are opening using the Mendeley reference manager, bear in mind the color of Mendeley reference manager is bright red color, all right? So if you are using the Mendeley reference manager, in order for you guys to do the in-text citation in Microsoft Word, is clicking at this references tab, and these are the Mendeley site. The Mendeley site to be used with Mendeley reference manager. This is what I've mentioned to you guys. This is add-in option for Mendeley reference manager since it is based on cloud platform. Okay. And if you guys want to use this Mendeley desktop, still want to go with the Mendeley desktop. So if you want to do the in-text citation, the option is here, reference and this section. This section, notice the color, it is maroon color. So this one is the in-text citation, the bibliography whatsoever to be used with Mendeley desktop. Okay. So you can use both Mendeley desktop or Mendeley reference manager, no problem if you have both, but make sure to sign in every time you use so that the Mendeley desktop and Mendeley reference manager will have the synchronization anytime you use any updating from both of these platform will synchronize each time. Okay, that's the number one very important key. Okay. So as I mentioned again, you are going to have problem to download this Mendeley site for Mendeley reference manager if you don't use the login or the account, the license Microsoft Words. Okay, that will be a slight problem, but don't worry, just go and buy from the Shopee, any account from the Shopee for you guys to use this Mendeley site to install the Mendeley site, right? After this session, if you have any problem downloading or this Mendeley site, you can always PM me and ask me lah, no problem, right? Okay, so we will go to the slide first. As I mentioned, we are going to share the slide first, and then we are going to go with sharing of the real Mendeley reference manager. Okay, so what is Mendeley? Basically, it is a free reference management software. So in this show, I'm not only going to show on how you're going to use to read the article, to show the article, to cite whatsoever, the normal things that you used to do with this reference management software, but I'm going to show you guys how you're going to optimize this Mendeley reference manager. If you are a postgraduate students, how you can use this to read article, to do the research management using this Mendeley reference manager, right? So basically, the main function of the Mendeley reference manager is to organize, to read and annotate Read and annotate is the very must know function for all postgraduate students or for all the researchers for you to optimize your time. Okay, this is the very important function that you guys need to know lah. And then we have the cite function, the in-text citation. This is what normally you guys do. And the collaborate function. This is also a new feature in Mendeley Reference Manager, the collaborate features with your supervisor or among your research colleagues, right? And then next, okay, on. Right, we have go through this one, the download page. As I mentioned, you have to sign in first. It is a must, okay, and then go for download. It doesn't matter if you have not yet signed in, you go for download first, doesn't matter. But later on, you will need to sign in for you guys to have this synchronized version of all your article, and you will be sort of forced to sign in later on. So no worries on that. Okay, so this is the download web, the download page we have. Okay, so this is the things that, can you see the pointer is moving right now or no? Zoro, can you see the pointer is moving? Yes or no?
Moving the
Yes, yes, doctor.
Yes, yes.
All right. So the best function of Mendeley Reference Manager is that we have also the web importer. Remind me to also share with you guys on this web importer function as well. But meanwhile, along the way, you can go and install the Mendeley web importer as a Chrome. This is the Chrome plugin, the Chrome add-in, we call it. This is one of the best function I would like to recommend you guys as well, if you are the researcher or the postgraduate student, as it will ease the process of saving the article, reading the article, sorting or whatever of your article. Okay, so the two things that you have to do once you have downloaded this Mendeley Reference Manager is first, download the Mendeley site. Second, install the Mendeley web importer. This one is to be used with Microsoft Words for in-text citation. This one is to be used with the web Chrome or whatever search engine you have, Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Edge, whatever browser do you have. This is the process of your saving and searching article as well. Okay, and next is organizing the Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, so these are the features of the Mendeley Reference Manager. If you are the hardcore user of Mendeley Desktop beforehand, you will see that there is no much difference in terms of the front page of the Mendeley Desktop with the Mendeley Reference Manager, except that Mendeley Reference Manager, the look is more fresh compared to Mendeley Desktop. That's all, right? But overall, the features is similar. We have this section here. We have the collection section. On Mendeley Desktop, it is known as folder, but on Mendeley Reference Manager, it is known as collection. And we have this group here. This group is used for the collaboration that I've mentioned beforehand. And this is the reading function, the favorite segment, the author section, year, title, source, date or time of edit, and the file. So these are the Mendeley Reference Manager features, which are not much different compared to Mendeley Desktop. And you can see here, if you sign in through the Mendeley Reference Manager, your profile name and profile picture will be seen here. That is the indicator that you have logged in to this Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, and we have this recycle arrow here. This is the synchronize section, in which it will automatically synchronize. Okay. If you don't understand, you can stop me at any time, right? Okay, again. So as I mentioned before, Mendeley Reference Manager is based on the cloud platform. Why Mendeley stopping the Mendeley desktop and go with the Mendeley Reference Manager. First is due to the capacity, due to the latest system that they are going to come up with that is not supported by the previous Mendeley desktop. Second, they are going to go with this desktop, with this cloud version. Rather than desktop, you can only access all the data from your desktop. Okay, but for Mendeley Reference Manager, it is based on cloud platform. So as long as you have any smart devices anywhere and you sign in to your Mendeley Reference Manager, you can browse through your article and do your works. You don't have to bring your laptop anywhere just to have an access to your article. That's the best part of it, right? And then this I mentioned just now, the sync function, it is automatically sync for you. If it is in a synchronized mode, the color will turn to blue color, or else the gray color, meaning that it's not in synchronized mode. And this is how you're going to add the reference. I will show details how you're going to add the reference for this Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, you can drag and drop direct from your laptop to this library of your Mendeley Reference Manager. We are going to go through that one later on. And you can import the library. For example, you have this library from manual library, citation, bibliography from others. You can import the library using this format, either BibTeX, EndNote, or RIS format. Okay, and you can add the entry manually, and you can add the entry direct from the computer. But to tell you the truth, with the Mendeley web importer, you don't really need to use this import library anymore, right? You don't really, this is what the difference I've noticed comparing the Mendeley desktop and the Mendeley Reference Manager. I don't have to use this import library. I just go straight away with the Mendeley web importer, right? And then, okay, we're going to go through this one later on. Select the files to add from your computer. It's either you're going to choose the file or you're going to drag and drop straight away from your, the article from your desktop, straight away from this library. And you can add the reference manually by entering details, which is I don't use this anymore with the Mendeley Reference Manager. And the third option is you can as well import from another reference manager to your library. Okay, so this is the Mendeley web importer. Okay, all right. This is the best function, the best things to see. If you already add on the Mendeley web importer to your browser, either Chrome, Safari, or whatever browser you're using, you can see this symbol, this icon on top of your browser on the my right hand side, this here. So by having this one, I will show how you guys can straight away save the articles that you are reading from the web directly from any of your collection or your folder in your Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, so this is where you're going to select your collection. I'm still talking about web importer, right? I'm still talking about web importer right now. So this is where you can select which folder or which collection that you are going to add in this article. Okay, it is automatically add in the folder or the collection that you select. All right, and if you see here the view PDF platform, meaning that it will be import together with the PDF, the full article, the PDF full article. All right. And select a reference if you want to edit the metadata before importing. If you want to change the metadata before importing to your Mendeley Reference Manager, you can click here and change it here. Or you can as well download, save in your collection and change the metadata later on. No problem, right? No problem. And then, okay, you can also select to add to Mendeley here to import both the reference and PDF to your library. All right, we're going to go this one later on. Okay, so this is from your Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, if you want to export your library Okay, export, you can export all the library based on the certain collection that you choose from in this format as well, similar with the import format, the BibTeX, the EndNotes, and the research information system format. Right, next is how you are going to organize or manage your library. So this one I'm going to go through after this. Okay, we skip here. All right. Okay, for a very brief introduction. So the reference added in the last 30 days, this one is for recently added article. So all the reference that is added within the last 30 days can be seen here. And this is the reference open in the last 30 days for the recently read icon, and all reference you've listed as favorite here, the favorite, you can click here and look for all the references, but I will show how you can manipulate this one as well. And if you have your own publication, you can click here and add on your own publication here. And this is the dustbin, the trash, all references you have deleted, you can see here, right? So the rest I will show later. Okay, so this is the reference with attached PDF. If we have this icon, meaning that the reference come with the PDF, the full article. If no, this icon, meaning that only the abstract or the information or the metadata of your article without the full article, right? And okay, this is how you're going to add the new collection. We will go through this one later on. This is the metadata of your articles. We will go to this one as well with the annotation and with the notebook. What is the difference between annotation and notebook, and how you're going to manipulate for your postgraduate study or for your research. Right, this is a tag function. I always mention on my TikTok how you're going to use this tag function to ease the process of writing your literature review, or to ease the process of writing your thesis where the article evolved, right? Okay, and this is the identifier, the DOI number, whatsoever, blah, 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 right? So we're going to skip on that one. So these are the options, whether you are going to add the collection to add this article to the collection manually, one by one. You have several options on this one, or you want to add this article to the private group that you have developed to be shared with your other research colleague or with your supervisor. Okay, so I will show the filter function after this and how you're going to search for your article in the search fields. And this is how you're going to view the article. All right, so we are going to go detail on this one. And this one as well, we are going to go with the annotation and the notebook. What is the difference between annotation and notebook?
Assalamualaikum.
Yes?
The sharing screen is too small. Can you make it bigger because we can see it better?
All right, okay. I will
Thank
share this slide with you guys later on. Right, can you see? All right, okay. So we are going to go through with the real Mendeley desktop. Just that I want to go through the slide first, so no worries, all right? Okay, so the things that I want to focus for all the research students, for all the postgraduate students, is the notebook function rather than the annotation. Okay, so this one is the must know function, must master function, for you guys to ease the process, to shorten the process, the research process, the reading article, whatsoever process, right? Okay, so we'll go to this one later on. These two, changing the color. Right, this is for notebook. We're going to go in depth for that one. Mendeley sites as well. We are going to go to this one as well. The most important thing is that you have installed the Mendeley site in your Microsoft Word for you to use this Mendeley site together with Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, so this is Mendeley site. We are going to go through later on. This is the private, okay, this is the sharing function. You have all the article here for you guys to be shared with your research colleague, or for you guys to share with your supervisor. All right, so this in using this one, you don't have to like bring your laptop showing to your supervisor what are the notes that you have made in that particular article. rather than each note made by different individual add into this private group will know who's doing what, right? Okay, this note is doing by this person A, and this other note is doing by this person B. So this is the collaboration function, new function available in the Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, so as I mentioned, in this private group, this is Thomas sharing. This is Jean. I cannot see Jean Bruno sharing. So this is the Thomas. This is the Jean Bruno sharing. So you can see each and every members of that private group are highlighting on whatever point that thing might relate to the research they are doing. So this is the best part of the private group function. But bear in mind, on the private group, there is no notebook sharing. For the private group, you can only access to the annotation as well, only, right? Annotation only, but notebook cannot be used with this private groups application. Okay, we'll go through on that one later on as well. So this is how you're going to invite the members on the private groups. We are going to go to that one as well. So for the party who want to invite the colleague to reading this collection of article, you can just invite the members. You can invite up to 100 members within one group just by type in their email address. For those who has been invited, you have to only accept the invitation, and later on your name will be listed under the group, the similar group that you've been invited. Okay, I think that's all for this PowerPoint. We are going to go straight away to this Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, can you see this Mendeley Reference Manager? Can you guys see?
Yes, Doctor.
All right, good. So we have two sections here. All right, first one is the library. On the library section, you're going to see all of this one. Second, you have the notebook area. Okay, these are the notebook area that I've made, and I'm going to show you how I made this one. All right, so first thing first, as you can see here, this is my profile picture, the one that I used to sign in my Mendeley. This is what I've mentioned. If this Mendeley, the article has not been synchronized, the color is gray color. If it is in the process of syncing, the color will turn to blue and the arrow is moving. So that's how. And then if I just run through the pointer here, it mentioned that last sync is 10 minutes ago. You have to bear in mind, again, I remind you guys, Mendeley Reference Manager is based on cloud platform, so it's based on internet access. So it really depends on your internet access. Okay, that is, I would say, sort of a bit of lacking here. Because I've tried, if the internet is not so good, we sort of having a problem here a bit, and doing the Mendeley citation as well, because it depends on the internet connection. Okay, all right. So second, these are the section that I've mentioned just now. We have all the references. Okay, so all the references here. Hold on. Right. So all the references here is the article that is inside your Mendeley Reference Manager library, regardless of the collection, right? Regardless of the collection, all of the articles will be listed here, okay? So if I, all right, okay. So second is we have recently added, as I mentioned. If you click here under the recently added, all the articles that has been added within 30 days, you can see here. Okay, if for example, you want to go through what article that have been downloaded, or you want to search for this particular article, then you can use here. But to tell you the truth, I rarely go through this section. But in your case, in your situation, this section might be useful, right? Second, we have the recently read as well. All the articles that has recently read within 30 days, you can access here, right? As for me, again, to tell you the truth, these two are the section that is I've rarely looked into or I've rarely used. Okay, might be in your case, this one might be beneficial, right? Next is the favorite area. All the favorite, the articles that you have marked as favorite can be seen here. But for my case, this favorite, I rather go look as according to the collection, more focused than looking here. But if, for example, you don't have like so many collection, you only have one collection, then you might go and look at this favorite section. But in my case, every collection, I have my own favorite article for each collection. So it's rather easier for me to go and look the favorite section under each particular collection rather than going here. Okay, so this is the My Publication section and this is the trash section. Okay, before we go to this collection section, we jump here first. Okay, for those who has been using the Mendeley desktop, okay, these are the area with the green area and the area with no color, gray color or gray circle here. For Mendeley desktop, this section you can adjust, in which if, for example, you have read the article, you can click on this side, so it will automatically turn to gray, meaning that this is an indicator that you have read this article. Okay, but for Mendeley Reference Manager, this section you cannot control. Once you have opened and read this article, it is automatically changed to no color here, no circle here. Rather than this one, the green circle, showing that these are the articles that you haven't read. These are the best function that I've been using and I've been manipulating since the day I'm using Mendeley desktop. Okay, this goes to you guys for postgraduate students especially, not to waste your time reading the article again and again. Okay, that is, as I always mention, a good researcher, a good postgraduate studies for you guys to minimize your time, to increase your research output is to minimize reading the article. So these are the examples that I've been mentioned. So if these are the articles that you have read, so it's the color turns to gray, meaning that you don't have to read this article again. And you might ask me the question, but this article is very important for me. There are lots of information in this which I need to access later on. So this is when you're going to use the favorite function. You click here as your favorite. Okay, meaning that, okay, right, these are the articles that I'm going to go back later. This is one. Second, I will show you which part of the article that I'm going to go again, which I found during my first reading is important. This is when we are going to go with the notebook function after this. All right. So this is the first research management for your postgraduate student, for those researchers out there. Right. So these are the usage of the favorite and the read and unread indicator here. But we cannot control here. With Mendeley desktop beforehand, you can control. What I meant you can control, you can click here and it will arrange based on all favorite article first and non-favorite article first. And or if I click here, it will sorting based on all the non-read article to the read article or vice versa. But for Mendeley Reference Manager, you cannot control these two sections. All right. And then we have the author section here. This one you can sorting based, you can click. So this one is on the author with no name. You might ask me, why, doctor, you have so many articles with no author's name? Because I haven't edited the metadata yet. Why with this kind of article? It's due to most of the time because you download the article not from the subscribe system, in which if your university subscribe to this particular article, all the information, the metadata is going to be correct most of the time. But in my case, I download using the Sign Hub. All right, I download using the Sign Hub. right? So not from the proper channel. So these always happen. All right, your metadata is not correct, and in which you have to correct yourself the metadata. This is very important for you guys to look into, especially for those postgraduate students, because this will impact your bibliography. I always came through the bibliography that is not complete, no year, no the journal name, no author's name, or the author's name is like so weird. So you have to check, and you have to rectify the metadata. Check on this one, this item is very important, all right? Okay, so if you click again, it will sort based on the Z to A and vice versa. It depends on you. And here is the year section. Again, you can sort based on the letters or the previous year. Again, see, this has no years, and obviously I've taken this one from the Science Hub. Okay, again, this is from the latest years until to the previous year with no years as well. So this is the title. You can as well sort this title. See the title here? The title is so weird. What does it mean? It means that I'm not downloading from a proper channel again. Okay, the number, like this one, is together with the conference name. Meanwhile, we should have only come out with the title's name. So check on this one as well, right? Okay, and then we have the source. Here the source is the journal. So again, you can sort this one from the no journal names in which we have to rectify to the, if you sort again to the starting from the Z up to A. And this is the edit when you add your article. I sometimes refer to this one as well, especially if, like, for example, I would like to focus on the paper that I've downloaded yesterday. So sometimes I use this one as well. Okay, I want to focus on the yesterday's paper only, not the previous downloaded paper. Then I use this one as well. Okay, and this one is the file section, in which all this one with the correct mark in a green circle, showing that these articles come with the full PDF article. This one has no a PDF. Okay, your question is, why do I still have the article with no full PDF article? Is sometimes we just go and read. The always method that I teach you guys is only reading from the abstract, right? So most of the time, the only part does matter is only the abstract section. So in this case, I just want to look at what are this article, this researchers is doing generally, just to find the gap. I don't want to look at the detailed methods, the parameters, the detailed variable whatsoever, blah, 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 blah. So that is why it doesn't matter for you guys to have this article with no full PDF version. Okay, so that is how, another way that you can make your reference to have the latest reference, because some of the article that you cannot go if you don't have the subscription, and you need that article for your literature review, for you to find a gap, for you to find the latest technology that has been done by other researchers. So just read from the abstract, and that's all. Okay, and that's all. All right. So these are the filter by tag author function or tag function. Please remind me, guys, again to go through in this section as well. Okay. All right. So any problem, any question as of now? Anything you want to ask before I move to the next part? Any question on the chat section, Zoro, that you might want to highlight?
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Yeah, salam.
Yeah, sorry, Doctor. Can I create a new folder and I put my reference in it? Because I have 2 subjects in my research.
Okay, and then?
Yeah. So I want to create a folder and I put reference for this subject and another folder for another subject.
Okay, that is the question.
Yeah.
All right. So that is a very good question indeed. Okay. Most of the students, okay, these are the, I would say, the not so good research management attitude in which they dump everything into one folder. Okay. Even if you are doing a research, even if you are postgraduate students, at the end of the session, your aim is to produce a thesis. You should have separate your collection into several collections depending on the objective of that particular collection. For example, like you have, this one is for your thesis collection. This one is for your article 1 collection. Article 1 that you're going to submit to this, that you are going to write based on your research objective number 1. You're going to come up with this first article. Then you come up with folder or collection name article 1. Or if you are undergraduate student, or if you are master by coursework students, you have several assignments which you have to do citation, referencing, whatsoever. Open the collection based on your assignment. That is a very good research management. So you are going to use, you are going to optimize your brain. That's what matters most. And you are going to speed up the research process. That is very important. Okay, as you, to answer your question just now, yes, you must in fact open a several collection for several purpose of your article. Even if the article is going to be here for the thesis, the same article is going to be here for the article, doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. I will show you how you're going to use this after this. All right. So in my case, beforehand, I open several sections depending on, for example, this is for my student, my postgraduate students. He shared with me some of his article from the desktop, and I'll open separately for him. And I have this one for grant application. I have this one for the research I have with this company, and my books, assignment, and letters. So what I'm doing is I am categorizing based on year. Okay, since I think that is much easier for me because I have like so many folders. So sometimes I have the same name again, but doing this different, doing the different project or research. So if you guys want to go with a year, is okay. If you guys want to name it based on months, for example, these are going to be the first trimester of my article. So you're going to name it based on date, like 1 October 2022 01 102022 underscore and the name of the title. I think this one is much easier for me to find, to classify if I'm using the web importer after this, any of those. So that's why the latest format I come out with the year for me. But you guys can do the naming as depending on your work, your research. This is a very crucial skills for the research students, for the postgraduate students to have. Okay, the folder management. All right. So these are the collection that I have opened. Okay, hold on. Okay, and next, we go one by one. For example, under this collection, so I have 2 articles under this collection. And for example, SLR, beforehand, I'm writing the systematic literature review article. So I classify based on the sources of searching, because as you know, for the systematic literature review, you have to name what are the sources of your article. So I name it based on these are the year, these are the systematic literature review, these are the title of the research, and underscore, these are the sources of the article, the Google Scholar, the IEEE Explore, and the Science Direct. So for those who are in the process of writing your systematic literature review, so this is how you're going to do it. It's easier for you guys to classify. All right, and you won't have this problem of classifying outside this folder, right? Okay, And then we have here the group. Okay, before that, how you're going to open the new collection, just click here. Okay, you can do with me now together. So 2022 underscore, right, and enter, right? And it will automatically listed here. Any question as of now, guys? Are you guys okay? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Doctor.
All right. So move on. For example, these are the articles under, okay, we go with, right? So for example, I go with this article, okay, folder, collection, right, collection. Okay, so I go through here. Oh, I know all of this article I haven't read. So that is one thing. So if I read one of this article, click here, right? See, it's syncing here. All right, this article will automatically come out here. All right, and I will read here and go to the library. See, it turns to no green circle, meaning that I have read this article. So be careful on this process for you not to confuse or repeat the process again. Am I read this paper? Have I gone through this article with detail? So once you open this one, make sure you go through properly. Okay, for example, this one, before I want to list this one or tag this one based on the favorite article, I have to go and read first. Okay. So I'm not going to share details how you're going to read the abstract. You can go to my TikTok. I've shared how to read the abstract. But for example, with this article, okay, I have classified based on the 5 or 6 section of reading the abstracts. So what we're gonna do is just read the abstract first, okay, and then I read. All right, for example, this the introduction section. All right, for example, just click here and highlight. Hold on. You know what? Whenever I click, this comment come out because I'm at here. All right. Okay, I forgot to tell you. Here is for you to select the text. Okay, go here. Right. Here is for you guys to choose the tag, but you can choose here as well. Here is for you guys to highlight based on text or highlight based on rectangle, the shape. I normally go with highlighting the text and choose here and click here under the highlight text. Okay. For example, these are the introduction section. I have my own coding. For example, for introduction, I'm going to use blue color. For the gap for that article, I'm going to use the red color. For the problem statement that that article is going to solve, I'm going to use the green color because that's how I train myself, my brain, these 10 years. All right. So how to read the article, how to code the article based on the color coding to speed up the process. So for example, these are the introduction. Okay, I just highlight here and highlight. All right, I mentioned to you guys, I want to use blue color for introduction. So just click here, change to blue. Oh, so this one is the introduction section. You know what? During my research time previously, 13 years back, 10 years back, I did this manually in Microsoft Word, coding this abstract based on this one, the section. But now you don't have to do that manually anymore. Just do it here in Mendeley, right? Okay, next, for example, these are the gap of this article. Okay, I highlight, click here and highlight. Oh, as I mentioned, I'm going to use red, so it is red. So for example, this one is the problem statement of this article. Click highlights, so I'm going to change to green. And this one is the method, for example. Okay, highlight this one, and I'm going to use yellow, all right? We go with yellow. And this one is, for example, the brief results of this article. I highlight here, and I want to change to purple. See, these are the research management that I've told you using Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, from the reading, from the reading, you find that, all right, I don't think this is important for me. Okay, so it is not important. So go back to the library. So I'm not going to mark this one as favorite, but I have read this one. What if, doctor, I might want to use some of this item as the gap, what others has been doing, the gap that others has been fulfilling, so that I don't have to come back again and reading the whole thing again, even if I have done the color coding. But the thing is that I need to go through and read again. Our clue here, our tips here is minimize the reading time. Okay, so this is when we are going to go with the annotation or with the notebook. All right, so just click here. Okay, and if you don't know which one is which one first, you just go to info. Okay, see, at the info section, first you have the info, right? I go through all together, right? If you don't understand, please stop me, okay? This is when you are going to change any metadata that I've mentioned just now. For example, the names of the author is not correct, you're going to change here. You are going to do the tag function, remind me on this one later on. You're going to choose this article, this one is unspecified, whether it is the thesis, it is a journal. So you go here and click, for example, all right, so this is the journal article. Why before this it is classified as unspecified? Because I downloaded from Science Hub. That's the problem with Science Hubs, all right? Okay, and I want to change the name. Sometimes the name is like, the title is like so funny, and sometimes the titles comes with all capital letter. I want to change with the capital letter only for each the starting of the words. So this is where you have to do all the metadata changes. Okay, next we have the annotation and we have the notebook. All right. So what is the difference between annotation and what is the difference between notebook? The annotation is when, for example, you want to remind yourself, but to tell you the truth, I rarely use the annotation. As you can see here, no annotation has been made, all right? I rarely use annotation now, but I just show you how you can make use of this annotation. All right, for example, I think I want to note this one. Okay, you have to change this to annotation. Here, sticky note, the name is sticky note. Okay, for example, I want to write here, okay, the method used is like vibration technique, for example. I just want to remind myself. Enter. Okay. All right, so here, the vibration technique will come out in the annotation. All right, bear in mind, you can only see the annotation at the paper that you, at the article or the paper that you open. You might confuse now, but it's okay. All right. We go to notebook first for you to see the difference between the annotation and the notebooks. All right, so notebook. You see, I've opened like several things. This one, IC, EC1, IC2, IC1, this one is used for the systematic literature review. So this is the exclusion criteria number 1. This is the inclusion criteria number 2. So I've opened the notebook for this one. Okay, for example, this one, solar power method. Okay, please look carefully, right? These are the article, different article that I've classified to be under the solar power method. See what happened? See the magic here. I click here. See, the article for this one is automatically open. But for annotation, there is no annotation at this article, okay? At this particular article, all right? So this one. Annotation can only be seen at that particular article. But notebook, you can put several notes from several articles under same title. This is when you are going to optimize your article readings to the fullest. How? Okay, so for example, I open a new page. Okay, this is how you're going to open your new notebook, right? New page. Okay, this one is specifically for research gap. Bear in mind, when I say research gap, most of the students, they thought the research gap that I meant here is the research gap for your research. What I meant here when I'm writing the research gap is others research gap, okay? Others research gap is not your research gap. Others research gap compile together and you look into, oh, this one, these are the research gap, this paper is solving, this one is this one, this one is this one. Compare all these items and you come up with your research gap, which has not been looked into by these researchers or which is understudied by these researchers, right? So that is what I meant. Okay, so go back to here, all right? So these are the research gap from other articles. So I've teach you to differentiate based on color. As I mentioned, red color is the color for research gap. Okay, so the first thing you have to do for putting into your notebook first is you must highlight. You must highlight first. Okay, so this one, I have highlight this one. Okay, and click out of this sticky note, go back to this arrow here, right? I see when I click at this red color, the color here is red, right? So make sure you are tagging at the right step, the right color. Here, the green color. Okay, so these are the research gap for this article. You just click here after you have highlight and add to notebook. It is automatically in the notebook. Again, please bear in mind, you have to open the notebook first. Which notebook you're going to put this one before add to the notebook. If, for example, this item, the green item, you don't mean for this research gap, you mean for the method, then you have to open the method first to add into that one. Okay, so go back to the notebook again, go to research gap again, and I open another articles, or for example, okay, these are the gap for this article. First, I go and highlight until where? Right, until here. Okay, I go and highlight and I change the color to red. This is my way of thinking. Depends on you guys, right? Click here again and add to notebook. So I don't have to go back to the article here, reading again and again and again and making excuse to myself. I've done my research, I've studied the article in a way that you are not doing it efficiently. So if you click here, you go back to this article, you click here, you go back to this article. This is what I always mention in my TikTok chat. In my TikTok, this is how you're going to do. Is, for example, today you're just going to read and quote and just reading and quote. The next day, I think I want to find the research gap that others has been doing. Then I open another notebook under the research gap. And then I want to look what are the methods that others has been doing. And I open another notebook under the method. What title? Magnetic field method specifically. And I put all the method inside that. So that is how you maximize your research. You reduce the time consumed and you make your research efficient within a very limited time. So you don't have to especially for those who are working right now, working and studying, 1 hour or 2 hours per day is enough to do your research because you have done it efficiently. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear under that part, that part, guys? Any question?
Doctor, I would like to ask a question.
Yeah.
The notebook will show every notes that we write down. Is it only within the collection or throughout the whole collection that we have in the Mendeley?
Okay, good question. As you see here, these are the notebook from different collection. This one, the 2002 solar powered car. You see how I name things is taken from here. All right, and you see this one, IC1 SLR is taken from here. This is for my notification. So to answer your question, it will be throughout the article regardless of the collection. So that's why you have to name it properly so that you weren't confused. Okay, am I clear? Good question anyway.
Yeah, Doctor. Clear.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want to ask? So please use this function. Please, please, please. I don't suppose to hear any comment from postgraduate students that I've reading the article, I don't understand, I blah, 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 blah. That is not supposed to be your problem anymore. Shouldn't be after this, right? Okay. So,
Assalamualaikum.
yeah.
How do I add article to collection? If I open a site collection, how do I add article to this?
All right. Good question. Very good question. In fact, I forgot to go through that one. All right. So we have add new here. Okay. It's either you're going to do it, take it from the files from the computer, add entry manually, or import library. Right. First thing first. For example, these are the collection that I want to put my article. Another research management skill that you have to have is folder management. Bear in mind, okay, this one, the library, the article is only taking from any folder that you are in from your computer, from your desktop, but it will start on the cloud platform. Okay, so you have to take your article. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Do I share right now? No? Yes?
It's not sharing.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Sharing.
All right. Okay. So, for example, I have to, you cannot see the screen because I can't share my screen. I don't know why. Okay. For example, I'm taking, what I'm doing right now is I'm taking the article from my folder, other folder, right? Imagine beside this is another folder, right? So, okay. So, since you cannot see, just imagine whatever I'm doing. So this is the folder. I will open the folder. I am now drag and drop the article from other folder to here. See the article coming in? Can you see? All right. So this is what I'm doing. I'm drag and drop from the folder that I've saved the article. Okay. So that is, you can automatically drag and drop. If like you're having like 100 articles, just click at the article and highlight all the article from that folder, shift arrow down, right? Click shift arrow down from that article and drag everything here. See, 25 files is uploading here. That is the fastest method, right? But if you want to go with the manual way, you can do so. Go to files from computer and choose the folder that you like to choose your article from. You like to upload your article from. So do this. What I'm doing just now, I'm just highlighting all this article and putting here. Okay. You cannot see, right? You can see the folder. You cannot see, right? You cannot see, right? Folder.
How do you do drag it when I open mine, I don't know how to add.
Just click on the article, hold and drag and drop. Hold the article, drag and drop. Can all of you try? Just hold the article, drag, drop here. Can?
Yes, can.
Right. Can you try with dragging all the articles you have all together? Use the shift arrow down function. Hold, drag, drop.
Okay, yes.
Okay. All right, good.
Yes, can.
All right. So that's how the easiest way. Okay. Before I go to web importer, I would like to share how you're going to use the tagging function. Okay. So before you're going to do the tagging function, you, as I always mention to you guys, you have to come out with thesis framework. You have to come out with literature review framework. Whatever writing you are about to do, come out with the framework. That is the basis of everything in writing. There is no shortcutting. That's the number one. Okay, for example, I have my framework already. I have this literature review framework, or I have this article review framework that I'm about to write. Okay, so I have written on my, using the Microsoft Words, 1.1, what is the title? 1.2, what is the title? 1.3, what is the title? 1.31, what is the title? So how you're going to make use of that tagging from the Microsoft Words in your Mendeley reference manager is that, for example, we are working under this Mendeley collection. The title of the article is Mendeley. And I have I do the framework through my using the Microsoft Word on the literature review article that I'm about to write. So I click this article, for example, and I go under this tag. I click here. Okay. So for example, this article, after I read, I want to put it under 1.2 subtitle, for example, background, and enter. All right. After I've read this article, I think this article should goes under 2.1, the theoretical framework. Okay. Whatever you are taking here should be similar with the one that you've done for your framework. That is the purpose. That is the main purpose. So how I'm making use of this one? So I will go another paper. It's easier for me. Okay, 2.1, theoretical framework. Enter. Okay, see, it's synchronizing. All right, and click here, and I go by filter here. I want to go by tag filter. See, so all the article under the theoretical framework will go here. So you don't have any excuses. I have so many things to raise. I don't know to put where to where. So you have classified already. So if, for example, today is your very lazy day, you're not going to do anything. So just read from the abstract and do the classification based on the framework that you have done. So this one is to be put under the theoretical framework. So from the article, okay, from the article, I will take this red color or blue color or what color you have coding based on your reading. This one should goes under the theoretical framework on the literature review under subtitle 2.1. Just put under 2.1. Put their citation. Put their citation. You don't have to do paraphrasing whatsoever because this is your so lazy day. So that's how you do the research management. Am I clear up to this point? Anything you want to ask? Anything you want to add?
No, clear, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay, good. So next we move to the doing the citation. Okay, doing the citation. All right. Every one of you got this Mendeley site in your Microsoft Word already. Not this one, right? Mendeley Reference Manager, the name is Mendeley site. Hold on, I'm not sharing. Sorry. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes.
Okay. So have all of you has this Mendeley site on your Microsoft Word under the tab reference. The title, the name is Mendeley site for Mendeley Reference Manager. For those having Mendeley desktop, these are the one that you're going to use. But today we are going to focus on Mendeley site for the Mendeley Reference Manager. So are you guys having this one on your Microsoft Words ready?
Yes.
Yes, Doctor.
So for example, I'm taking from, you cannot see because I'm taking from this Mendeley Reference Manager, right? Because I cannot screen share it. So for example, these are the words I'm going to take. The one that I've mentioned today is your lazy day. So what we're going to do, I just want copy paste. So this is what I'm doing. Copy paste, Control C for copy, Control V for pasting, right? Okay, here and Allah. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Okay, so I'm copy pasting from the Mendeley Reference Manager, the article. And then, okay, so I just want to do the citation. So just click here. Mendeley site. See, it's loading. Why? Because my internet is not so good. So it's so slow. That is the lacking I found in Mendeley Reference Manager. See, first we have the references. Second, we have the citation setting. All right. These as well are the features that I don't really like on Mendeley side, but we have no choice. We have to go with this as well. Compared to Mendeley desktop, it's straightforward, right? So this one you can change. If one is IEEE, if you want to change to any format, for example, you want to go with APA 7 edition, just click here and go to update citation file. Right, so you can change the citation language, English US, English UK, whatsoever the language you want to go for. And then you go to the references, click from where the article you want to do your citation, right? So for example, these are the article, click here and insert citation, right? So it's going to be like that. Okay, so for example, I want to add few article as the references, the citation, just click whatever articles and click insert citation. And it's automatically go there and just delete the previous one. Since compared to Mendeley desktop and Mendeley Reference Manager, we don't have the the merge references whatsoever here. We don't have that function. So you have to, if you want to merge, then straight away you do the merging. Choose the article, the different article, and straight away you collect the different article for the entire citation, and it will automatically do it for you because there is no merging function in Mendeley Reference Manager. That is another thing that I find it quite not so easy for me to adapt with lah. All right, I think similar goes to you guys as well. Okay, so this is how you're going to do the citation using the Mendeley site from the Mendeley Reference Manager. And as you can see here, if this paper has already been cited, so you know it's been cited. So that is the automatic key indicator for you guys to know that the paper has been cited. But if you want to cite again, no problem. Okay, and then if, for example, I want to add the bibliography, the references, so go to insert, for example, page break, another page, and this one is going to be the references. Click here, insert bibliography. Continue. So it will automatically add based on your citation. Okay, it's quite similar, even if it's not so what I would say, not so user friendly in a way, but that's how you're going to do it. So any question on that one? Any related to the citation? Before I move on to the using the Mendeley web importer. Any question on that? Any question, you guys? No? Can I move forward?
No questions.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Mendeley web importer. Can you see the Google Chrome? Can you see?
Yes,
Sorry.
Doctor.
All right. So you see here, I have this Mendeley web importer installed. Okay, so this is the best part. All right. For example, I'm searching at Google Scholar. Google Scholar. Google Scholar. And then for these are the paper that I'm looking at right now. Okay. So here is the article. See, and I click here. Oh, I have to sign in first. You have to sign in here. Okay, see, I'm signing already. See, it is automatically click under the article that I am at. So this is the title, a two-stage, blah, 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 a two-stage. So, which folder I want to add, which collection, sorry, I want to add this article. For example, I don't have to go, I don't want to have the full article of this one. I just want to ever, you can just click here, all right? But if the article comes with full article available, it will automatically download it as well. So no worries. Okay, so for example, this one, this article, I want to add under the collection of this one, Mendeley. So I just click here and add. Okay, so it automatically add under your Mendeley. Right, we go back and sharing again. What is the title? Two-stage operation. Okay, two-stage operation. Right, two-stage operation. Can you see the Mendeley now? Can?
Yes, Doctor. Can see.
Right, good. So there's nothing here. Why? There's no two-stage operation whatsoever. Just syncing. Okay, syncing, but no article here. What? Am I saving at the right place? Okay, I go again, save again, because no two-stage here. View library. Okay, I'm viewing the library right now. Hold on. I click on the view library right now. So difficult. So I click, okay. Just now, I cannot see in my Mendeley Reference Manager. So what I did, I click here, I go to View Library. So they're clicking on the View Library. These are the library on the cloud. Okay, on the cloud. See, the cloud, it is similar with whatever Mendeley Reference Manager that you have on your desktop. But under my Mendeley on the cloud, I already have this article, two-stage operation. Okay. All right, so I already have this one. So we go under Mendeley. We already have this two-stage operation optimization model. It's just that due to my internet connection, it is not yet under my Mendeley Reference Manager at my desktop. Okay, let's go again. You may try, okay? I still couldn't see here, but it is there already. Oh, I understand now. Okay, sorry. Why? The filter is there. Okay, I don't move the filter here. You see, just now got filter, so I have to move the filter. All right, so moving the filter. All right, so which one is the letters added? So we go here, click edit here. See, this is when I go by time. Okay, so edit. So the two-stage operation optimization article is downloaded already at 11:33 a.m. Okay, so that is how you should use your Mendeley web importer. All right, hold on, I go back to, okay. All right, so if, for example, you are at different Google Scholar page, see, I'm here, and see if I click here, what will come out. Okay, it will come out based on this one. Why I'm doing this? For you guys to understand, you want to download that particular article, you have to be on that article page. Understand? Here. Here. Am I clear? All right. So in that sense, you don't have to like you don't really have to have that full article, or you don't really have to go through manually like this one. Normally, if you use the citation, manual citation or Microsoft Word citation, and then you can download the citation, which part I use, or you can add to Mendeley this one, you just straight away, or you use this one share to share the metadata of this article and save it under your words and do whatever, blah, 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 because you just use this Mendeley web importer. One click and settle everything. Okay. So anything else? Or for example, if we go the articles that we are going to use the sign hub, see what happened. Okay. All right, so we go with the articles that is, okay, for example, this article, Taylor and Francis, normally it's hard to get the full version. So, okay, so these are the articles. I just want to read from this one. Okay, I am at this stage, page, click here, click this numerical and add to the Mendeley collection, and we go back to the Mendeley. Okay, go back to Mendeley. Go back to here. All right. Can you see? All right, see, all right. So under this Mendeley and click the date edit. So this is the latest one, numerical. Click this one and you have the abstract in here, right? Or if you want to look the full paper of this one, you can go here, all right? Or, okay, just find here, and you know that this article does not have the full article, but it's enough for you guys to only read from the page for you guys to do, to take whatever important things that you want, okay? The lacking, if you guys are not saving the full article, is that you can only read from here. Okay, if you have the full article, you can do the reading, the whatever color coding from that article directly. But if you don't have the full article, you cannot do anything. The thing you can do is you just can read from here. But as I mentioned, these are the always asked questions by students. They cannot access to the paper, but they want to take the paper. So it's just enough for you guys to read from this one and taking whatever the terms here that is important. For example, this one, just copy and I'm doing from the web right now. Okay, I'm copy pasting the paper from that particular paper just now. I'm copy pasting here and do add your words here. Hold on. I have to reshare again. Okay, so I'm taking the paper, just this one from the web, that one that we cannot read from the Mendeley reference managers due to only the abstract available, and it's okay. So I just want to do the citation from that articles, go to Mendeley, or which one is the article? So prediction, the assessment. Oh, this is not syncing yet. Okay, I have to update from library. See, I click here and update from library because the paper, the latest paper has not been here yet. Updating. taking time due to my internet connection, obviously.
Doctor, I would like to ask if you have the article by Sci-Hub, let's say, and then you upload the file, we can always do the highlighting and book notebook using the notebook, right?
Yes, we can, but bear in mind, you need to change the metadata. That's
Okay.
but the
Okay.
rest you can do similar as the
The
correction.
halal one.
Halal one, yeah. Right. See, after
Okay.
I'm updating from the library, see, this is the article. So just click here and insert citation. Okay. So for those who are asking, I cannot read properly because there's only abstract. That's how you do it. Okay. Don't make things complicated. The thing you just want to is just to find the gap from others. You don't have to read the whole article. So that's how you make it things simple. All right, I think I've covered most of it. Anything else that I promised to deliver that I'm not delivering? Or any question from you guys? Any questions?
Good morning, Doctor.
Morning.
Hafiz here.
Yeah.
I just want to ask because when I browse through the citation settings, the citation style for Oscola, I didn't see, or it is stated not supported for Oscola referencing. Is it
This
memang?
citation setting here,
Yes.
right?
At
So
the
have you clicked on this
another,
one?
yes,
You
I
can.
searched at the another style and I type Oscola.
Cannot.
There are several Oscola that pop out, but once I click it, it's stated not supported.
If you go by add custom style here, for that particular page that come out with the old scholar, that is the second choice options.
I see a custom one.
Yeah, because this is another thing that not so fun with, I have to say, Mendeley Reference Manager compared to Mendeley Desktop. Mendeley Desktop is more lenient, right? Once you type, everything you can find, right? But for Mendeley Reference Manager, it's quite struggling a bit because they are improving their system, obviously. So this is what the lacking here and there lah. So for your question, Hafiz, there's no other option. You have to find that particular web URL and paste by a custom style here. That's the only option we got as of now, right, Hafiz? Is that good for you?
But we must find the URL which have the Oscola system, Doctor.
Yeah, but other option is that if the old scholar, you find whether it is similar with like Harvard or anything that is more similar, you just go and study the similarity and you opt for the similar one. Understand? Because there's does not mention particularly you are using APA, you are using what, but if you are using the numbered format and the APA format, that is obviously different. But if the old scholar goes similar with like Harvard, more toward the footnote, then you choose Harvard. That's how.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So any other question?
Doctor, I got one question.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, previously, when I'm uploading my articles,
Yeah.
it is from the location of my C, the hard drive. Now I change my location of the article to D.
Yeah.
Is there any problem when I'm trying to sync it back?
I suppose it's going to be the problem because unless you may try, I haven't tried that for sure, but you may try. If Mendeley Desktop, it is a big problem because the desktop only save the library from your desktop, from the folder that you are calling the article from. But as what I've understand, Mendeley Reference Manager, it is cloud platform. Once it has been uploaded to the Mendeley Reference Manager, see the one that I've shown on the cloud, you are supposed not having the problem. Understand what I meant?
Yes, Doctor. Previously, I'm using Mendeley Desktop.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to sync back through my Mendeley Reference Manager.
Can. Oh, so you mean Mendeley Desktop with Mendeley Reference Manager, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, can. Meaning that the provided Mendeley desktop, you cannot change because that is the original source. Understand what I meant? If you save it under C, then you make sure the desktop has it in C. Then you do the syncing from the Mendeley desktop with Mendeley Reference Manager. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
So supposedly, once it is automatically syncing to the cloud, you shouldn't face that problem. Supposedly, because I'm doing the syncing from desktop to Mendeley reference article, that the collection that you have seen basically is only 1/4 of it is from the Mendeley Reference Manager originally. The rest is the syncing from the Mendeley desktop. So I don't have that kind of problem beforehand. All right, you may try. Supposed to be supposed to not having any problem.
All right, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome.
So,
Salam.
In regard to Mendeley desktop, it does not have the function for notebook, right?
No. Okay, I just want to share with you guys. Previously, before the Mendeley team making the Mendeley desktop obsolete, like I think 3 years back, 4 years back, that function, notebook function, exists in Mendeley desktop. And suddenly, because I'm the hardcore user of Mendeley, and suddenly I noticed they're taking out the Mendeley notebook from the Mendeley desktop. And now there is no more, taking out everything. Like there are the Mendeley desktop is so lacking. They try to force you indirectly migrate to the new platform. That is the one that I've noticed. So to answer your question, no, there is no collaboration. There is no notebook in your Mendeley desktop. So that's why previously, because I'm not comfortable using the Mendeley Reference Manager, what I did is that I use both. I use Mendeley desktop to do the citation because I'm not familiar with the feature of Mendeley Reference Manager, but at the same time, I open the Mendeley Reference Manager so that it will automatically syncing with whatever I'm doing in Mendeley desktop. Until lately, I'm fully migrated to Mendeley Reference Manager. I'm fully confident with this new feature of Mendeley Reference Manager. That's how I'm handling this migration basically, because I've been using Mendeley desktop like for more than 10 years. So I'm so not at ease with this new feature lah, basically. So I think that's how you can try to do an experiment as well. Okay, is that answer good for you?
Okay, Doctor.
All right. So any other question? Any other question? So I really hope that you guys can fully utilize whatever we have sharing session today, so that I really hope that you guys don't have any problem, especially in writing your thesis, especially in finding the gap, especially in writing the literature review article, so that you will come out with a better writing, finding the gap. That is the most problem, I would say. When I read the student's thesis, when I read the your article, whatsoever, that is the most hardcore difficulty I found throughout your writing your thesis, your research. Okay, so by using this Mendeley, I think you can minimize it, like 40% out of the difficulty, left with only 60% of it, so that you can further improve your literature review writing, writing your problem statement whatsoever lah, using the technique that have been mentioned indirectly in this session. Okay, so I saw somebody raise the hands. Who is that?
Doctor. And we can also make a new folder in between that collection, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So let's say if I need the specific article in more than one collection that I have, do you recommend me to can we like save it in 2 places, or do you recommend just to use notebook.
Repeat the last question, like assessing in sense of what? I don't really get it.
Let's say if I need that particular article in two collection. I mean, like maybe I need to write down a certain part of the article in the introduction. Maybe I need to use the method. So I need to put it into collection that I have. So do you recommend me to like put the article into collection, copy it into a collection, or I just put it in one of the collection and just use notebook for that particular article?
Good question. So it goes back to the objective of your collection. So how my brain works, I always differentiate the collection based on the assignment or the task that I'm going to come up with. All right. In your case, for example, you are going to put it in introduction. You're going to put it in method as well. I suppose if you are doing an article writing, you're coming up with the article, why don't you come out with a new collection, particularly for that article? Why? Because beside the usage of notebook framework, then you can use the tag function as well, rather than you hopping from one collection to another collection, depending only on the usage of the notebook function. So I recommend you guys to open the collection based on the objective of that collection. Or these are the research, or these are the thesis, or these are the articles, or these are the article number 2. So I rather you guys go with that format rather than hopping from one collection to another collection, but still depending on how you train your brain to work. In my point, I don't like to mess my brain. I like it to be in an organized order, so that when I left my research, like I'm doing a different research at one time. I'm writing a book. I'm doing this consultation for this company. I'm doing this research for this, looking at this student's research. I can hop from one research to another without I need to put everything into my brain. I just need to open the Mendeley Reference Manager and everything comes back. That's how I train my brain. So if you ask me, again, go with the objective of the writing and try to minimize the usage of your brain so that you won't have this thinking all the time. You are doing your master, you are doing a PhD, you are doing your research. You meet your parent, you talk to your parent, you go to Deepavali Raya, whatsoever. Your head always has this research thinking. That is so not good for your mental health. All right. So that's the point.
If I'm writing a thesis, what would you recommend me? How would I organize my collection?
All right. So if you are writing a thesis, open this particular folder for thesis, collection for thesis first. Second, start with the thesis framework. That is the easiest shortcut way. Start with the thesis framework, starting from like 1.1, chapter 1, chapter 2, until the subtitle 1.11, 2.1, 2.11, 3.1, 4.1. Put everything in one thesis folder. 2, 3, come out with the tagging. Do the tagging for that particular article that you're going to do to put in your thesis as according to the number thesis framework, like 2.1. So go tagging to that particular article. So this article I'm going to put under 2.1, and that under that particular 2.1 tagging for that particular paragraph on that article, do the notebook. Open the notebook specifically for that chapter. For example, notebook thesis underscore chapter 3. Thesis underscore chapter 2. See, you are organizing everything, starting from the framework, starting from using the folder collection management for thesis only, starting from using the tagging function so that it's easier for you to look at, and up to using the notebook with the specifically words, sentences, paragraph that you're going to use later on. For that case, you don't have to put everything in your mind, in your brain anymore. Everything is there for you to go through. So that is my suggestion. Is that good for you?
Okay, Doctor. Meaning that I open one collection without any other subfolder within that collection. I just optimize the use of tagging and notebook.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. Very much helpful.
All right. So any question? Zoro, I saw so many chat here, but I can't go through.
Doctor, thank you. There are some questions in the chat box. One, maybe she doesn't have the site, Mendeley site. So how she can import or how she can install that?
All right. So as I mentioned before, you have to have the registered account, Microsoft Word. Go and buy at Shopee. I also go buy at Shopee too. Like the price is like 10 ringgit or 20 ringgit, something like that. And get the account number. Because there is no like, this one is not so private whatsoever, right? Just want to get the Microsoft Word with that Mendeley site, add-in function in that. So first buy from the Shopee. Second, you download the Microsoft Word, Microsoft 365, obviously, yeah, Microsoft 365, you guys, okay? And then you sign you bought from the Shopee, and then continue with the next process. That's all. Remember, the username and the password for that Shopee, the Microsoft Word account, does not have to be similar with the Mendeley account. Understand? Because these are two different apps. The important thing is that for Mendeley Reference Manager, Mendeley Desktop, the username and password must be similar. But for Microsoft Word, you don't have to be similar. Can be different. The Microsoft Words is just for you guys, for the system to detect that you are using the registered account, so that okay, you can use the add-in function in the Mendeley, in the Microsoft Words. That's all. Am I clear?
Yes, Doctor, clear.
All right. Any other question, Zarul?
No, there is another question from Prajakta. How to get Mendeley web importer in Chrome?
Okay, there are many ways. Basically, if you go to Chrome, you just type in the add-in at Chrome tab. You can get the Mendeley. Just type in Mendeley. Mendeley importer, it will come out. Or here, from the Mendeley Reference Manager, go to Tools, and install Mendeley Web Importer. Make sure the internet connection is there for this Mendeley Web Importer to download it, to add into your Chrome, to your browser, whatever browser you are using. Is that clear? Any other question?
So far, no questions. So if there is any question, so you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
Okay, I think I've covered everything as of now. If I have anything left unexplained, you can ask me again. I might left here and there. I think I've covered everything, everything. So is that all, Zaru?
There is another question from Fazila. Have Mendeley versions for tablet or Android?
Have Mendeley what?
Versions for tablet or Android.
This Mendeley, this one can be accessed from any smart devices. There is no like version like a tablet version, Android version. As you can see, you can access directly from the internet, the Chrome. But as what I know, there is no tablet or Android or iOS as of yet, but you can go and try. But as of what I know, there is no such thing, but you can access directly from the cloud platform. Remember that I told you, just go in and see. You may try as well. I access the Mendeley through my phone, through my iPhone, but I don't download the apps. Understand what I meant? I just go in Mendeley Reference Manager on the web and just browse over like that. I'm not installing in my phone. Understand what I meant? Is that okay? Is that clear?
Assalamualaikum.
All right.
I have question about citation information because sometimes some articles when you download in the Mendeley, they have no the reference, like citation, the authors, and all this is incorrect. So how do you correct this one?
Okay, good question. I've shown you before, right? The most problem with this incorrect metadata is that when you download from the legal I would say legal web like what I'm doing, I'm downloading from Science Hub. Okay, so this is what happened. No author's name, no title's name, no source. So just click here. Okay. And this one is go to this article because this one, as you see, this one got article in here, got full article here. Just click here. Okay, click on the articles. Oh, that's why. So this paper is like, okay, so just look at the paper and these are the title, copy the title, Ctrl+C for copy, go to here, the article, and change the title of the articles. And add the author. So what is the format? The last name first and comma and first name, and enter authors on separate lines. So go back at the paper. So these are the author's name, like for example, so I type here at author. Okay, so these are the first name and the second name, and these are the second author. Add into separate lines. So comma here. And then that's how you do it. See, it's automatically changed the title and choose whether this is journal article or conference or whatsoever, and change everything that is needed for the citation to be correct in your reference. So it's changed already, the metadata changed already. So that's why the easiest way I've mentioned to you guys is go here, go at your library, and do the sorting based on authors, based on title, until you see, okay, these are the halal version. So let's, for example, go for this one where we can find so many illegal version. So see this one, from this one, no author. I understand already that this is the one that I have to correct the metadata. And see here, for there is no year. So this one is as well that surely there is no metadata. The metadata is not correct. Am I clear? Am I answering question?
Yes.
All right. So any other question?
Doctor,
Yeah.
I believe that you would like to say that Mendeley is very necessary for current researchers, right? To be used.
I would say it's a must.
True. Okay.
Right.
So how about Atlas? Because I found out that Atlas is also a new software that it has a little bit add-on from Mendeley. I mean, Mendeley has its own advantages and also its own purposes. But how about Atlas? Is it you feel also necessary for researchers?
Okay. A good question. All right. So Atlas TI is not a new app. It's not a new software. It's a software that has been used by social sciences student at most, the one that doing the qualitative studies. I've recently explored on the Atlas TI. I'm not a social science student. I'm electrical engineering students, but I found that the Atlas TI, the purpose of Atlas TI is not for referencing. It's not for reference management. It's mainly for the thematic analysis for the qualitative students, in which you have to do the thematic analysis for the qualitative data. You have to do the coding. You have to do the thematic, blah, 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 whatsoever. So by manipulating that feature, the coding feature, the theme feature, I use that to come out with my systematic literature review article. That is, the usage of Atlas TI is, I would say, 50% easier for the systematic literature review compared to Mendeley Reference Manager. Before this, I show you this one. I use this one to differentiate, and I go to like for this article, and I go to notebook. See this one I've tried using the exclusion criteria, the article for this one, blah, 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 in that articles. And then I find it quite headache for me to do the systematic literature review with this Mendeley reference, right? So many ways. And then I moved to the Atlas TI, in which I complete that systematic literature review paper using the Atlas TI by using the coding function, by differentiate based on that features available in Atlas TI. So as I mentioned, Atlas TI is not a reference management system, but it is how you manipulate the coding version whatsoever exists in the Atlas TI to come out with your systematic literature review paper. But if you want to write the literature review paper, the normal literature review paper, Mendeley Reference Manager is good enough. It's very good. You don't have to go and explore the Atlas TI. So to answer your question, depending on how you look at things and how you like to minimize the usage of these two. But I still suggest, other than systematic literature review, I still suggest Mendeley Reference Manager as the must-have tools for the researchers, for the postgraduate students. Am I answering question?
Yes, Doctor. Thank you.
All right. So any other question?
Is there any questions? You can open your microphone and you can ask.
I have one question.
1 o'clock. So we can ask as many questions as you like.
Can we have the recording, the one that you record this later, or it is for your reference only?
Zorul, please answer that question.
Okay, for the recording, we will share the link with the registered email so that registered email can watch this video.
Okay, any other question?
Okay, Doctor, I have one question. So, in the thesis, sometimes we have to cite many papers. Yeah. So if we have the same author and then the year of publication also same. So if we do it manually, then maybe we can put A or B, C, something like that. But if we do by Mendeley, then how we can cite?
I sort of see this type of citation. Why do students come up with like the author is similar and the title article is similar, right? The year of publication is similar, right? And then suddenly they come up with like the A, the very small A, and the very small B. Is that what you meant?
Yes, Doctor. So we have to put like A, B. Say, for example, if the same author, so he has two papers that we need to cite. So the year of publication is the same, say 2017. So how we can cite 2017 A to 17 B? So we can do it manually, or we have to do it by Mendeley.
First, these are the misunderstanding that I find it lately. I found lately this misunderstanding. So you have to understand, even if I am the same author producing the same producing the article, the same author within the same year, but the title of the article is different. Am I right? There is no such thing as if you are citing from the similar author with the different titles that you should put A and B. There is no this kind of format as of within my limited knowledge. So I don't understand why lately I come up with this type of citation, like you mentioned, the A small a, the small b on top of it, differentiating these two articles. I don't understand this one. Okay, so it shouldn't be the problem, because even if the authors is similar, the citation, the way it is done is based on the first the author, second the title of this article. All right. But in in-text citation, you might see from the name of the author and from the year, it's gonna look similar. But these are the jobs done by this Mendeley Reference Manager. This system is automatically done for you. If you do it manually, then there's something wrong with the way you do your in-text citation. Am I answering a question, Zorul?
Yes, doctor.
Okay,
Doctor,
cool.
another question. Sometimes we have to cite in a specific format, for example, the IEEE citation or maybe APA citation. So maybe the citations is not included in that Mendeley list. So how we can import the new citation style?
Okay, I think I've answered that question before. I reshare again. Hold on. Okay. Right, so you go to the citation setting, all right? So you can change the citation style here if there is not available here, but mostly those available here are that one is that mostly being used all over the field, the research field. So you may go under the search for another article, another style, this one, or if still not here, you may go under the add custom style. If not here as well, what you can do is that you try to compare what is the difference between the one that you're looking for and the one that is available here. If that difference is not so much, then you go with whatever that is similar to that the citation that similar to what you're looking for. But normally the major citation style is a Harvard, Chicago, IEEE. That is the major citation format lah around the research area. Okay, is that good for you?
Or year?
Okay, good question. I forgot to share it with you. All right, so whatever changing that you're going to do is you're going to do in your Mendeley Reference Manager. The capital letter, the title, whatever that you find wrong, you do the changing here at the metadata. Okay, here at the info.
Okay.
Each article. And then you go back to the words. Okay, I reshare again. To the word. Right, go here, click here, the 3 dot here, and
yes,
update from library.
Okay.
Right. So
okay.
Everything will be updated.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. That this session is very nice, and I'm very thankful to all of you and your team. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right. So any other question? Before we end the session, Zoro, can we take the group photo together?
Yes, doctor. We'll take. So if there is no more questions, then we can take group photo now. And whether
any question, if you might want to ask, because our session is basically up to 1 o'clock. Is that correct, Zoro?
Yes, doctor. It's till 1. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
If you have any question, Any question, you guys? If later on you have anything, you may ask Zorul for anything after this, or you may go to my TikTok channel to ask anything. I will try to answer your question. But I do hope that this session will help you guys a lot in completing your study lah, basically, right? Okay, I think there's no questions supposed.
Okay, and for your kind information, I have already sent the certificate of participation. So please don't forget to check your email inbox or the spam folder. Is there any recording provided?
Hello.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you please again? That means again get this session again and again for Mendeley.
Yeah, you may contact Zohrul. He's been the one. Is that okay with Zohrul? Managing this program again and again?
Yeah, we will try.
Because it is very useful to PhD student, and from India there are a lot of students, they can join this session.
Okay, I think Zohrul, you can work out on that, Zohrul.
Yeah, okay, we'll try to organize again.
All right.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
It's also the PhD.
And also,
Yes, yes.
Assalamualaikum, Doctor. And
Salam.
also, Brother Zorul, I would like to suggest that, Doctor, can you, will you able to make for workshop for Atlas? I think Atlas is also very important for postgraduate students to learn.
Again, what is your name? I'm sorry, again.
My name is Omar. So my suggestion is, I think perhaps you can also do workshop for Atlas TI, because I think Atlas TI is also very important for future researchers to learn and make more sophisticated research lah.
Okay, I will look forward into that. But to answer your question, I'm not that expert in Atlas as in Mendeley, because I've been using Mendeley this year only just to explore the possibility. But depending if the content is more towards the literature study, using the Atlas, I think that's good for me. And using the thematic analysis, I've do the consultation a few for the PhD students, if you with this Atlas TI. But to tell you, I'm not that expert. I'm not, but inshallah, I can look forward into that as well. All right, thank you very much, Omar, for your suggestion.
Okay, thank you to you too, Doctor.
So anything else? Anything you want to suggest? If you have like suggestion for another session, like we go through workshop for this literature review writing or whatsoever, you may contact Zorul, because he's going to organize everything, because I don't really have time to do this management system. I think Zorul will make it for you. Just contact him and we can discuss on whatever session that you think that might speed up your process, right? But if you want to go with like research question, research problem, research gap, problem statement, I rather you guys go with personal coaching. I did several personal coaching from outside Malaysia and inside Malaysia as well, for PhD students and for master by research, in fact master by coursework students as well, because I find if for that particular point, a particular workshop, personal coaching is better, because I can go through custom with whatever research you are doing, but I still can do the workshop, general workshop, but it's not gonna really meet your understanding, because your nature is different from one field to another, right? So in that sense, the option is open for both for the workshop as well for the personal coaching, right? So anything else, you guys, or Zorul, anything else?
If there are any questions, please feel free to ask. Don't be shy. Still we have time.
Yeah, make use with your money. We have like 40 minutes left. So if you're shy, you can ask on the chat box. Zorul will read for you.
I have a question about merging citation, 2 citation or 3 citation in the handling. How do you do that correctly? Merging citation, many citation in one.
Zorul, can you
merging article into one citation,
merging article,
merging reference.
All right. So good question. As I mentioned, that is the lacking. Hold on. I share again. Right. So that is the difference in which I think Mendeley tried to be autonomous with all of us in terms of that merging things. In Mendeley desktop, we have this Mendeley option for this merging function. But in Mendeley reference manager, it's automatically do it for you. Hold on. I have to open again. Done. Okay. All right. So if you are the hardcore user of Mendeley desktop, okay, Mendeley desktop, as you can see here, we have the merge citation function here. But in Mendeley citation, Mendeley reference manager, they try to go autonomous with us, in which everything is done automatically for us. So if, for example, how you want to go with the merge citation, the choice for you is to like straight away select several articles in one time. This one, this one, this one, this one, and then insert citation for citation. So it will automatically do the merging for you. Right. So this format is IEEE format. So I want to go with APA 7 edition, update citation style. So that is how. There is no manual merging citation as of what I've been explored now. So that's how you're going to do it. There is a good and disadvantage and advantages of this one. First is, in terms of advantage, it is automatically and you don't have to do other things, click on the merge citation whatsoever. But the disadvantages is that sometimes you think that when you read through and these are the only two papers that you're going to merge, and suddenly you find another paper you're going to merge, and then you cannot like, okay, you cannot do it automatically like that. If you insert, so it's going to be like this one, see? And you cannot, as of what I will try, let's see, I try, can I do it? As what I try, I cannot merging, see? I cannot merge the letter citation. That is what I've been exploring as well, but there is no that feature as of my knowledge. So you have to like know everything for sure, or take everything out, delete everything, and re-choose again. That is what I've been exploring as of today. So that is the disadvantages, but I think that is not a major lacking here lah, right? Okay, anything else?
How do I update my Mendeley? Because in my Mendeley desktop, there is no merging citation, only the answer citation.
This one is Mendeley desktop, yeah? Don't confuse this one. This one is only for Mendeley desktop, all right? But Mendeley desktop, for those who has not download this Mendeley desktop, there is no Mendeley desktop now. You only have Mendeley Reference Manager. So for Mendeley Reference Manager, you have to go with this option, Mendeley site. If like this one now, I'm opening Mendeley Reference Manager. Okay, I share again for you to understand, all right? So this one is my Mendeley Reference Manager. See the feature? This Mendeley Reference Manager. So I have to use with Mendeley site here. All right. I open my Mendeley desktop for you to see. Okay, hold on. All right. So I'm opening my, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I'm opening my Mendeley desktop. See, these are my Mendeley desktop. See the difference? See, straight away you can see the difference. All right. As I mentioned, Mendeley Reference Manager is more fresher, refresh compared to Mendeley desktop. So if I'm using the Mendeley desktop here, if I'm using the Mendeley desktop, I have to use the Mendeley. Hold on. So it's conflict here. Okay, I cannot open. All right, so if I'm using that Mendeley desktop I've shown you before, I have to use, I must use this section. So see the color. Those of you who have both the Mendeley desktop and Mendeley Reference Manager, the differentiation is based on the color. See the color, this is the maroon color. This one, this is the maroon color. These are all for the Mendeley desktop. If you are using Mendeley Reference Manager, you must use this one, the red bright red color, and the name is Mendeley site. So the feature is similar but different, similar but different, right? So I really hope that you can differentiate between these two and not to mix things up. All right? Is that answering your question?
Yeah, but mine is different from yours. I don't have in monthly desktop. I don't have my merit citation, and I couldn't download the monthly site. And it is in the
you have Mendeley Reference Manager with you, right?
Yes.
But you don't have this one, right? Mendeley site, right?
I don't have it.
You have to install it. If you don't install that, you cannot use the Mendeley Reference Manager.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mentioned. How to install this one? You go to the, you have to have the registered account of Microsoft 365 account first. Second, you have to log in the Microsoft with the username, with the registered username and the password. All right. And then you can go to this, hold on. Allah. And then, okay. And then you go to this Mendeley Reference Manager. After you settle everything that I've mentioned before, you go to Tools and install Mendeley site for Microsoft Word. And they will guide you throughout the process. Through the process, Microsoft will ask for the username and the password for the registered account of Microsoft 365. Remember I mentioned because Mendeley Reference Manager is based on cloud platform. So it integrates with Microsoft 365. So if you cannot have the Mendeley site, meaning that you are having a problem with your Microsoft account. Is that clear? Is that answering question?
Clear. Yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. So anything else? I've doing this workshop. I mean, with several students before, PhD students before. Most of them are having problem with installing the Mendeley site for Microsoft Words. And when I go through one by one, the problem is similar, which is they have to have the registered account for Microsoft Words. Once they got that one, the rest of the problem settled as of now. So I think that might be your problem, the major problem here. Okay. All right. Anything else?
So, Doctor, does it mean that the registrant should have the Microsoft email account?
Yes, email account, a registered account. Not the legal account. Like previously I'm using the hacking Microsoft Word as well. That's why I cannot do. I cannot download. Once I go and buy at Shopee with the account, the registered account, and I can do the rest of it. So that is basically through my experience as well. Okay. So anything else, guys, want to ask?
So I would like to ask another question. I assume that you usually use Mendeley site, but can you specify any particular situation that you, instead of using a Mendeley site, you choose to use Mendeley desktop?
Okay. All right. Good question. Similar as you guys, I am the hardcore user of Mendeley desktop, in which I am so comfortable with the Mendeley desktop. Before this, I'm using both Mendeley because I don't feel comfortable, confident, and I don't feel Microsoft Mendeley Reference Manager is really helping me as Mendeley desktop did. And then after quite some time, I think several months as well, I'm opening this both, the Mendeley desktop and Mendeley Reference Manager, until I get comfortable with both of this Mendeley Reference Manager, the feature. I find it similar, and now I'm not using Mendeley desktop anymore. So it's the transition process for me, okay, to adapt myself with the Mendeley Reference Manager. If you are the hardcore user of Mendeley desktop, I think you know the feeling that I'm talking about right now, okay? Because first I don't really like with this internet connection I'm having while doing the citation. I have to wait, sometimes if for example, I want to go with the first step of citation whatsoever, sometimes, but very rarely, because I'm not in a hurry, I go with Mendeley Desktop, because doing citation with Mendeley Desktop is faster, because it is based on the local platform, not on the internet connection. Understand what I meant doing the citation? You see the problem just now? To open one article, I have to wait. To cite, I have to wait. And then to update the library which I'm installing, I have to wait. So that is when. So what I did is that I doing the hybrid version, I uploading everything into the Mendeley Reference Manager, blah, 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 blah. And then I open the Mendeley Desktop, I do the seeking from the Mendeley Reference Manager. All the paper, all the articles using the word importer, everything is there in Mendeley Reference Manager. Then I use the Mendeley Desktop. After the syncing, then I do the citation. That is how, that is when, but very rare. Okay, is that understandable for you?
Understood. Thank you, Doctor. It's a nice trick.
yeah. Okay. All right. So any question other than that? Anything else?
Okay, Doctor, another question. So, as you have conducted many workshops, so based on your experience, I mean, what tips you will give to the users?
Pardon?
What
Can you
tips and tricks you will give to the Mendeley user?
Yeah. These tips specifically goes to postgraduate students to ease your burden, to make your work efficient, to reduce your mental stress. Mental stress is one of the big topic nowadays. Okay, be careful on that. Please use the favorite function. Favorites, this one, utilize to the max. Please use this one to the max, to the maximum efficiency, so that you don't go through reading the article twice. A good researcher, a good postgraduate student, to reduce the stress whatsoever, don't read your articles more than once, unless it is very important articles that you're going to go through everything from that article. The rest, other than that, no. A big no to go through twice for your article. Third is go using the tagging function after come out with the framework. And fourth, use the notebook function. With these four, I've proven to you guys, okay? I've talking based on my experience as the lecturer, as having postgraduate students, and I am the author as well. Okay, I'm writing like 4 books per year for the publication. How I managed to do this is not that I'm concentrate for one book all the time. I mingle from one book to another book, and I managed to finish this like 3 books all together within 1 year. So this is how I'm doing it. And plus, I do the research for consultant for other company too, and I'm writing an article as well. How can I manage all these things? Is by using this management system. Please, for the postgraduate student, use this technique to the max, to the fullest, so that you can reduce the stress. You can have the sweet time, during your study as well. All right, so that is very important. All right, so these 4 things: this one, the read and unread, the favorite, the tagging, the notebook function, this one, besides all the management that I've come out with before this. All right, so I think that's it. Anything else?
Okay, Doctor, I think that's all.
Right.
Okay, so can you please switch on your camera?
I think we're gonna end this session. Right. So before that, I would like to sorry for if any lacking in this sharing session. I really hope that this helping you guys at most. Okay, making your study journey a peaceful moment, I would say. All right. Okay. Thanks again.
Last moment, there is another question that can Mendeley find duplicate? So I think yes, Mendeley can find duplicate file.
Can what? Can what, Zora?
Can Mendeley find duplicate file?
Duplicate.
What?
Duplicate.
Yes. Okay. Good question again. Before this, we have this duplicate function like in many. But in Mendeley Reference Manager, there's no duplicate function. What you can do is you can sort by author's name, and then you see the duplication there. I've explored this one as well, but I couldn't find it. So that is another lacking. Then just sorting by author's name, and you can see the duplicates articles and just delete from there. Okay. All right. So Zohro, are we ready?
Okay, so please everyone switch on your camera. So let's wait 1 minute to be prepared to switch on the camera. Please switch on your camera. Let's take a photo. Okay, some of them are not ready. So let's take photo now.
Yeah, I think we just proceed with
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so please don't forget to smile. 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right, I've already captured all the beautiful smile. So once again, thank you so much for joining us, and we're extremely sorry for the technical difficulties.
Thank you.
And we have already sent the certificate of participation, so please check your email, and we will send the recording link to your registered email address. So thank you so much. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, everyone. I think we can end this session here.
Thank you. Thank you.